Hey, what's going on, guys? Rony Boney here. Thank you for stopping by. So today on stream, as you can see in the bottom left hand corner, I was streaming over on GameX, which I do every Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'll leave a link in the description in case you want to check that out. That's where I consistently stream new games and things like that. That's the company I'm part of. But I was streaming some Halo 5 Evolved settings today, and I have to say, I actually love these settings. You know, a lot of people are going to think, oh, you're just trying to do whatever you're trying to do, get back into Halo 5, but this was recommended to me, and I decided to go in with an open mind, and I do think that these settings can work, provided that we tweak them more. Now, the actual vanilla evolved settings that I downloaded from Smallman, I believe is his name, they're pretty good, but I think that some of the sprint speeds, or the actual speed, the movement speed, resembles sprint way too much. In fact, it's up to, I think, 120% actual movement speed, and then 130% horizontal and vertical movement speed to match sprint. I did turn those down by 10%, so it actually works a lot better. It is still a fast-paced movement speed, so in my opinion, you can traverse Guardian around the same time that you can in Halo 3, that you can with these settings. They were way too much at 120% movement speed and 100% horizontal and vertical speed, mainly because the strafe was way too much. Like, people would basically sidestep. It was like a rugby-like game. It was like they could just sidestep away from you and run past you. It was a little bit too much. It was hard to track, especially seeing as these settings are played mainly with the Magnum because of the actual bullet magnetism. However, you can play these settings with the BR and it works pretty well. You do have to tweak them. So I think in future, what I'm going to do and what I'm going to try and do now is I'm going to compile settings for you guys, people that want to play classically in Halo 5 with the content browser, because we have to admit the content browser is a great way for us to actually play classic games in Halo 5 and showcase this in the sandbox. Also, it's great for content creators who enjoy the classic feel of Halo, because now we're not just restricted to MCC or Halo Online for playing actual classic Halo. We can play this now in Halo 5 with all the settings. It's not exactly the same, and I know some people are going to complain about this and say it's pathetic or whatever, but it's not. And I think a lot of those people haven't tried those things out. They'll say they have, but they haven't. And I think it works really, really damn well. So what I think we should do now, guys, is we should try out some of these classic settings. I'm going to, as you can see in the gameplay, everybody's saying that Halo 5's gameplay makes everything so nice and fast, and that, you know, the way of playing previously in Halo was too slow. This was not a slow game. You know, these games, and I think one of the things that people forget to think about is that a lot of the quickness of games actually happens in your brain, right? So someone that can think faster and use, you know, their eyes a lot faster and their fingers a lot faster tends to do better in Halo games or in shooters in general. So the fact of the matter that I liked about Halo was it wasn't just about, you know, your shooting prowess. It was about your mind. If you could outthink people. And I think these settings bring that back. You know, that I don't have to necessarily be a real twitchy shooter player to actually beat people. You know, I can outthink them. If somebody moves a little bit too far forward and they overextend themselves, I can tell now whether or not I can punish them for making that decision, like I would in Halo 3 or Halo 2, as opposed to the vanilla Halo 5 gameplay mechanics, which if you like them, fair enough, but there are avenues to escape. You know, there's sliding away from things, there's the thruster pack, there's the ground pound, there's that, the aiming kind of stabilization thing to clamber over places. There are different ways of escaping different scenarios in Halo 5 that I myself just don't enjoy, and I know a lot of the community don't enjoy these things, but having an avenue to play these classic settings with the content browser, that is just amazing. So if you're a content creator, I want you guys to try out these settings. Seriously, try out these settings, maybe stream them, maybe do a gameplay of them, and ask your fans, do you like these settings? Do you think these settings would be good? Because I think if 343 were to implement these into matchmaking, even as a 2-week rotational playlist, if they were to, you know, to give this to their playtesting team, give this to the pro team and say, tweak these settings. Because you can use evolved settings on the actual maps. Look, I'm playing on Mercy right now. I'm playing on the remake of Haven. It works fine, dude. It works fine on the regular Halo 5 maps. And I think that's something that people worried about with these kind of settings. That can we play these on the newer maps in Halo 5? You know, I don't want to just revisit the old maps. I want to play on the new maps, a lot of people say. Well, you can. And it works really well. And there's also evolved oddball settings. Oddball, guys, I swear to God, you can play oddball. I will have some gameplay in a future commentary of that to showcase this. It's amazing. And I intend to do a lot of commentaries with these settings. They're just good, man. The Halo 5 sandbox has a lot of weapons in it. It allows for a lot of diversity. These settings work well, so I can't see why I wouldn't do this. You know, I honestly urge you guys to try these settings out. Seriously. And I'm saying this from a very honest place that, you know, I know a lot of people don't like Halo 5. They have their opinions about it, but try it out. Really, what do you have to lose? If you've already bought the game, download it again. And a lot of people are going to say, fuck no, it's so large in my hard drive. But try it again. If you make space in your hard drive, or you have space, try it again. I don't think you'll be disappointed, and I think that if enough people play these settings and enough people post YouTube videos, that this may actually have a chance of making its way into matchmaking. So thank you very much, guys. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.